called "Let It Ride" by like Nicki Moon. That's or Nico
Nicki Moon.
Nico Moon.
Nico Moon. Okay. Cool. What is it about like? What is it about music that like does what? Why do you listen to music?
You want to take this one first, Angelica?
Sure. I feel like it just depends on my mood. Sometimes I need a fast like song to drive to while I'm in traffic in Chicago.
Mhm.
Sometimes I just need to relate to music. Like a lot of the rock music comes from my childhood, where when I was going through hard times, I'd always listen to certain artists, and I felt like I could relate to it. And then there's, sometimes I listen to musicals. It's when I'm really happy. So it just depends. I feel like it correlates with our moods and how we feel, and it's a way to express yourselves if you're performing it or if you're listening.
Yeah, no, that totally makes sense. I said I like a certain song. I have certain playlists that I use for certain things. So like when I'm washing dishes, it's always the astrometers. Like all the time. I don't know why. They're just randomly. They only play in my kitchen. They don't get played anywhere else. Just in my kitchen, and I have no idea why. But it's I like the songs, and I was like, hey, this works. It chills me out, makes my brain work, and I can not overthink. So, do you have anything to add to that, Wade?
Yeah, well, for me, I think about because I like to write a lot. So, like, definitely like enjoy, like, like what kind of mood I'm in, but also like songs kind of like inspire me to write.
Yeah.
Like it depends on the genre because like when I hear a certain song, it makes me want to write a certain style film. You know, like when you think about the song like "We Go Together" from the movie Grease, it kind of makes you want to write like a film like that type of style.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, what is it? Was I hear that song by Humankind? Big Dogs? No, okay. It's a rap song from a dude in India, and it's like a big viral song. It's I'm standing on 10 toes in when I'm standing on business.
Okay,
is what he says. You've heard that. And so I was just watching the Coach Prime documentary, and then they do a spot where somebody's about to get destroyed by a football, and they play this song, and I'm just like, oh, that's the perfect spot for it. And so when you're writing, it makes sense. Like, there was one of my favorite like silly movies I watch. It's called Replacements. And at the beginning of the Replacements, Keanu Reeves is a quarterback. And at the beginning of the movie, they have this song where it's just called, I think it's called Losers. And it's just a song about losing. And this whole movie is about all these people that have failed at football getting their fifth chance at making it. And so it's just a really cool intro. And like listening to because I've watched the movie so many times, listening to the directors like, oh, well, we had to pick the right song for this situation. And it's so funny. Like there are times when you write to a song, and then there are other times where you add the song in later when building a film up. I've actually had the joy to at least make soundtrack for 3 movies.
Okay.
And so now they were all at the same time, so it wasn't like I did a bunch of movies. It was like a 3-parter, and it was like a college film that probably got shown once and never shown again. But it was cool to like make all the music for it. And so, but it's so funny trying to decide how the flow goes and all that stuff when it comes to building up a film.
Yeah.
So
that's kind of what I do. Like whenever I write a film, like Akira, she's a friend of mine. She does musical engineering, and whenever like I make a film, like I tell her what style I want, and then she just puts it. It's kind of cool because like if you add a different like tune to it, it's like a whole different movie, kind of, a whole different scene in a sense.
Yeah. Well, I always love those. I always love those movies where the YouTube videos where they like replace the song, like the really dramatic Matrix song or something with like and you're just like, oh, that's funny. It's always funny to see how, or the opposite, like a really funny movie, and then they add in suspenseful music to it. What is happening here? Oh, okay. I was like, what is in my pocket? I have a full water bottle.
Oh, you're hydrating today.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I need to have this available at all times because you always have to have that Saul Paul change water. But yeah, sponsor of me. Just have my own water bottle sponsor. So, you gotta only drink the the sponsorship.
I guess.
But that's cool. So let me think here. Chicago, it's really cold at the moment, huh?
No, not
Actually,
too bad.
it's pretty warm. It's not. I mean, it's not super warm, but it's for us. It's kind of warm. Let me just put
Nice. Well, yeah, here in Texas, it's definitely cold. It's been a rough few weeks. My body going, hey, this isn't right. I don't want to be cold. I want to be warm.
What's cold for
Oh. 30 degrees. Don't give me a
Okay,
hard
so
time.
that's cold.
Don't judge my heart.
Okay, that's cold then. Like
Yeah.
you're gonna say 55, 60, I'll be like, oh.
I
okay.
mean, if it's rainy, then 55, 60 is rough.
What part
But-
of Texas are you in?
I'm in San Antonio.
Okay.
Oh, that's a good part.
Yeah.
A lot of
Yeah,
fun
no, I'm
things.
not in that, like, I'm not like in like Plano, where it's like, oh, cool. That's
Yeah.
a fun place, Texas. Or East Texas.
Or Lubbock. I have friends who go to school at Texas Tech. Oh, I can't hear you.
Yeah, I think the mic is out.
Or we're just gonna do sign language. I don't know sign language though.
We can't hear anything. Like we hear each other, but we can't hear you.
We might just have to, do sign language. Or be like, okay, Google Translate sign language. Or Chat GBT. I need to learn sign language. 'cause
I'm ready.
more-
So the one other thing that I haven't mentioned is that my bracket for my really nice mic broke, and so now I have to use this old school snowball mic, and it's like finicky. If you touch it, it will turn off, and
Okay.
so I apologize. And it probably doesn't
Fine.
as it normally does, but hey, I needed the backup. My daughter thinks she goes, "Where did this cool microphone come from?" I'm like, "My garage."
I have one of those too, but I never use it because, I don't think last time I used it, it worked. So I'm like,
Well, the problem with these you have to make sure that it's actually because it doesn't overtake the mic. You have to actually choose it. So like for this, you have to actually put Snowball instead of, and they will try to use the video cam, and so then you have this horrible turkey man. You have a terrible sound. And so, as somebody that does music, it's like you want it to sound dope at all times. So,
yeah.
But yeah, so there you go. So it's not too cold. It's going well. Chicago's treating you well. That is awesome. So, so how long ago did y'all actually shoot most of this of the TV of the web series?
Well, so I
2021
guess.
or 2?
Yeah,
I don't know.
So basically, I've been doing this since like 2018, 19. But
Sure.
Angelica, she came on like around 2020 or 2021. So I've been
Yeah.
working with her like a little over almost 6 years now. Like it
Wow.
don't seem like it's been that long, but time flies
No.
really fast. But I really like working with Angelica. Like she's a
Oh,
really
thank
sweet
you.
person, and like a lot of times actors kind of come and go, but
Yeah.
she stuck it out with me for the long haul. So like I really appreciate it.
When's the last video that you released for the web series?
So it was last year,
About
and
this time? Yeah.
I still got a couple of more that have not been released yet, thanks to
Yeah.
my editor. So it's not me, it's the editor.
Yeah. So what you're trying to do is you're trying to get that you're trying to get those people caring about it. So then you can like release the stuff on a windfall.
Yeah.
And that's nice. There's nothing wrong with that. Like that's the trick about creating stuff. Cause I always laugh I have a rap group and they'll like randomly just release a new album every year that I'm on. The funny part is I did not record any vocals for it. It's from like songs I recorded 10 years ago. And then they just randomly. So I'll just one day just sit there, and the next thing I know, I'm on Spotify. Be like, wait, what happened?
Yeah.
Like,
How'd I get there?
yeah, one of my friends just released a new record, and he was like, "Have you listened to the record yet?" And I'm like, "No," and he's like, "You're on it," and I'm like, "Oh, thanks for the heads up. I appreciate it."
Yeah. Well, I mean, but for me, it's more like I've been working on it since because I started working on my web series in film school. So I'm one of them people where I don't put anything down until I perfect it.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like because it's so easy to create something and then maybe it doesn't like go the way you think, but I still think you got to give it some time to kind of help develop it a little bit. Because like if you just throw it away, you never know what it could have been. But you know, I think like people give up too early. Like I look at The Simpsons, right? Like the show is still running to this day, but when it first started, it wasn't like wasn't the best, you know. But over time, you know, it got better, you know.
Yeah, I have a friend. His name's Mr. Pete, and he's a nationally known kids teacher. And he sings about all kinds of Black History stuff and all stuff like that. But he's had like 5 or 6 companies where like they've done full musicals and things like that. And he's like, I learned from all my failures that they weren't real failures. They just weren't the right timing, and I just needed to get to the point where I'm at now. And now he's like all over the internet, has 100,000 subscribers, all that kind of stuff, But it moved from all the different movements from the thing he first started with all to the newer stuff. And so it's just so funny. He said, he's like, I've had a musical that I written like 3 years ago that I still haven't done anything with yet. We're moving forward, but it's like just so funny too. As a creative, sometimes that thing that you love, you hold on to for so tightly, you don't release it. A lot of the times that you just keep building on it. You're like, one day this thing is going to be something that rocks, but I just need to keep building on it. It's like I've had a friend who like made this really good music. He never released his album. He was on like the dude like had great songs, great production, and just overthought it all the time. And I've learned in my music, like I just release it. Like at some point you just gotta let it go, like it's kids. You don't have a choice in the matter with kids. It's like you can teach them everything you need, but at some point they're just gonna like be like, yo, I'm doing my thing. See you later, bud. And so it's the same thing with music, like, or any kind of creative thing. Do you find that hard releasing?
Actually, no, because I always like one thing about me, like I'm very like strong about funding my own projects. Yeah. So like it kind of makes me feel
you don't have a choice. Like I spent all my money, I need to do something about it.
But not only that, it's like to me, like I like having the freedom to make what I want to make, the freedom to work with the people I want to work with. And it's like I've been working with these individuals so long now, like I feel like they're my brothers and sisters, So it's like whenever we come together, like we actually have fun, And like a lot of people don't realize it because like sometimes working with actors can be something else.
Oh too.
Yeah. So
yeah.
So when you find good actors to work with, you try to keep them.
Yeah. No, it makes sense. I mean, you think about like Adam Sandler or other people that like do a bunch of things. They stick with the people they like, right? Or it's like Clint Eastwood. He has his actors he likes. It's funny how directors choose the people that make them they already know it's going to work, so they're just going to do it. Nolan, right? Christopher Nolan does that where he just has his guys and gals that he likes, and so he just puts them in the movies. And Joe, do you like as an actor, do you find it's hard to like release the thing? I guess you don't have much of a choice, right? Like you just do the thing and then you let it happen, or what's the thoughts?
That just kind of relates to just like, I know I have a bit of perfectionism in general, so like that's like just studying it more in general. I just realize, okay, yeah, I do procrastinate a lot with like submitting myself for things or going to certain auditions, or I used to write music with people back in the day, and I'd always like kind of be like, oh yeah, I'm not gonna share it, or because the thing is, like in the past, I know I did release some things like a long time ago. I was a little kid in school,
sure,
but people are such assholes. Or sorry, I don't know.
You're fine. On here. You got like 3 curses. You're fine.
But the thing is, like when I was insulted back in the day, I feel like that like stuck in my head a little bit. So I feel like I do kind of procrastinate on certain things. Like I should be pushing myself more, but I guess at times it's like you get tired.
Yeah, I can. No, I mean it's funny. I always tell the story of where when I first did music, I was an idiot. I didn't know that I had no chance. I didn't know there was like, because when I first started, I was doing Christian rap. And so I thought I was going to become a millionaire. But what I didn't know is the one dude did it. Another dude did it. All the other dudes were just spending other people's money and not making anything back. but I didn't know that. So I just did it. Like I didn't consider failure. And so, and I just did it, and it worked out. But in general, it's funny because now the older I get, the more I'm like, what happens if no one likes it? What are we going to do now? And it's like, dude, who cares? Like you were most successful when you didn't care. And if you can just not care and just release it, I mean, look at the people that release stuff. Sometimes it's terrible, but people like it. It's how it works. Like, it's like you never know what's going to work and what's not going to work. And so it's like, just let it go. Just let it free.
Kind of like that. That's why I say like George Lucas is like one of my favorite filmmakers, because like I like when he talked about Star Wars, and he talked about like as a filmmaker, like he was a little different from some filmmakers, because every filmmaker is an artist, at heart. But I feel like some people are more like commercialized, but George Lucas was more like he just wanted to make the type of movies that he liked. And that's what ended up kind of helping him to make Star Wars. And then also George Lucas made other films like, and I kind of respect like a lot of directors who like, even if they made like a lot of big stuff, they still have like other stuff that they make just because that's what they like. And to me, like, I like being that type of filmmaker. Like, it's art, I like to look at it more as being an artist, I mean, I understand like the commercialization part of it, for some people, but to me, I love being an artist, To me, it's more fun and it's more freedom.
That's cool. And I think that's important. I think that's the part of the music experience or any experience, when it comes to acting, when it comes to filmmaking. It's that experience of taking a thing that you loved and throwing it out there and see what happens. One of my favorite, like this next week is one of my favorite times of the year. It's South by Southwest in Austin. And do you know what that is, Angelica?
Yeah, I heard some people are going that I know, and they tell me about this event.
So, Angelica, do you work? Do you have a real job, or do you do all kinds of things?
Right now, I have a temporary sales gig. I'm going to see how it goes.
Well, something I found out this year, which drives me crazy, is that you can volunteer and get full badges, full film badges, full interactive badges, and all you have to do is volunteer. You have to, like, if you volunteer like 36 hours, you get your $1,800 badge to go to all the film stuff or all the actor stuff, all the music stuff. And I've been doing this for years, and so I've either came as an artist or things, but I never knew I could just volunteer.
That's awesome.
And you can volunteer, like,
do that next year.
Yeah, you can actually still volunteer right now if you wanted to, but that would be rough because you just be like calling sick for a week, be like, sorry, I'm gonna move to Austin for a week and just volunteer, and then you're not volunteer. But it's like, I tell you, it's one of my favorite things. Like a film person, like they have the film festival, and then they actually have the writers and directors and actors in the film with you as you watch it. So then they have a question and answer afterwards, and so it's kind of cool. What was it? My friends, they just released that movie like 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, and they had like red carpets. They've been gotten me go to these red carpets to interview all their cast and stuff, and they're actually going to be in Austin during that time, showing their film. And so it's crazy to see those kind of things. And you can all, and it's watching this movie over and over again. Like they're like, hey, we get you more tickets to the movie, and I'm like, sweet, but it's like awesome. And the director, that dude's probably watched that movie like 85,000 times, not including the edits. Just every time it's in a theater, he goes.
Yeah, so. Film festivals and screenings are fun. Like last year, I went to a screening. It was in Missouri, and I didn't even know the filmmaker, but I just went to this random event, and it was pretty nice. Like it was about a guy that was a dumpster diver, but it was also about archaeology.
Nice.
So it was pretty cool though. It was different. It was a documentary. Like I really enjoyed it. So I really love going to like random events because again, everybody's creative. So
that's the cool part about South by Southwest is you never know. I think when I went one year, I went to watch this random movie. I had no idea who was in it, but you know who starred in the movie was a child version of, oh man, I forget his name now. He's from The Notebook, the main star of The Notebook. What is his name? Handsome dude. He was just in a movie called Fall Guys. Oh, what is his name? I don't know. I forget his name.
Let's see. I was trying to find it for you. Was it Kevin Conley or something like that?
I think we might. Did we lose
I,
him?
I don't think we hear you again. It's the mic.
I think it's trash. Is that better?
Yeah, it's better.
Ryan Gosling.
Ryan Gosling.
You know who that is, right?
I actually haven't seen The Notebook, to be honest with you.
I know, but he's been in tons of things.
Barbie.
Barbie, yes. So, anyways, this was
Barbie. Yeah, I know that guy. Yeah, that's right.
This was like his second movie, and he was like a teenager in it, and he played football in this thing, and it was just a really independent film. And I remember watching, it going, "This is weird," but it was funny. I just didn't know.
I recently just watched Barbie like a couple of weeks ago.
There you go.
Yeah.
Is it on his IMDb? The movie?
Yeah. Oh, it's called The Sixth Man.
The Sixth Man.
I think that's called me.
But like I said, it's so many actors out here. It's hard to keep over there. But
yeah, no. But he's like a superstar.
Yeah.
But let's see.
Oh wow. Okay.
Did you find it?
Yes, it's a comedy.
No, it is not a comedy.
The Sixth Man.
I might be wrong. I'm going.
A movie from 1997.
Yeah,
with
I think that's it.
Oh, the guy from White Chicks is in it.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, Ryan got okay. Yeah, I know who he is. I just never knew that was his name.
Let's see.
That's weird. He doesn't come up as one of the first actors.
No, I might be wrong on that one. So
yeah, the guy
he plays like he plays like no, that can't be it. That's not the movie. Let's see. Let me look here. Flash forward. Young Hercules. Believer. Oh no, it was called The Slaughter Rule.
The Slaughter Rule.
Yeah, and it's like a Montana. What?
Oh, I'm just trying to find it. Let's see. The Young Hercules.
It's 2002.
Young Hercules? No, it's not Young Hercules.
The Slaughter Rule.
Oh, found it.
Let's see. We got Ryan Gosling.
So yeah, no. Again, it's very weird. Like,
oh yeah, he's a baby over here.
Yeah, no, it's a very weird film. Like, it's not. I wouldn't say, unless you're like independent film, you might enjoy it. If you do not, you will not enjoy it. It's very weird, and it's very
Amy Adams is in it too, so I guess they
it's very edgy, and then pretty much his coach falls in love with him. So yeah,
okay,
definitely interesting.
But it's some independent films I kind of really been enjoying a lot lately.
Yeah, well, I said those my friends they just released the movie. It's called Sherlock Holmes and the Mayor of the Night, and they're a fully independent group out of Kerrville, and they actually they've got it so far into about 10 theaters.
Oh, nice.
And which if you know film, you know how difficult that is to get it into theaters. And they only get it for like a weekend or two. It's not like they're like, because they can only pay so much, in those situations. Yeah. And most of the time they're just getting love from the theater going, all right, we'll give you a chance. And even one of the first weekends that they did, they actually sold the most tickets.
Oh, nice.
For the whole weekend.
Yeah, I've been thinking about having like another screening like we did a couple of years ago. And that was just
a couple
more like
years ago or just a year ago.
I don't know, was it? I think it was like 23, was it?
Really?
I think it
was that long ago?
Yeah, it was, yeah. Yeah, time moves really fast, don't it?
Oh, I totally with you. I know how that is. It's like I laugh when I think about I think about remember the first time I got first time I did interactive at Sub by was like 2019. And so it's like, oh, that's cool. I've done it as an artist before, but I never got to go like to the full festival and everything. Like go to the classes, which is the best part. So now I go all the time, except for this year. But hey, it works how it works. Maybe I'll probably be up there for like 1 or 2 days, but I won't get to be the. I literally was volunteering and had like I was gonna be there for the entire 2 weeks and volunteer like 50 hours. But I didn't do it because my mom got hurt. So, but anyways, so yeah, I know it's so funny how that works. So do you have more films in mind for this this project?
Well, so this year, I plan on, God willing, like filming like 3 more episodes. I know I'm gonna need Angelica for like 2 of those episodes. But yeah, it's really always my intention to film as often as I can. But I just kind of had a few setbacks last year in other areas, so
yeah,
kind of slowed me down a little bit. But but sometimes when you go back and look over what you have did, you're kind of grateful for what you have accomplished, at least for me. So I want to just keep going. You can't let setbacks stop you.
Yeah, and it's like I know you've been focused on so many other projects and things. Are you going to try to focus a little more on this web series this year? Is that the thought process?
Yeah, because like I said, I kind of want to see it through a little bit.
Yeah.
I want to finish it. I never start anything that I don't finish. I don't know. Like I kind of think of myself as a finisher. Like I can't. It's like it bothers me. Like if something's not complete, it bothers me till it's done.
Angelica, have you been able to get on other projects? Do you try to do a lot of stuff in Chicago, or are you just kind of like where you get lucky, it just happens?
Sometimes I do just have people reach out, or I know filmmakers. Like it's kind of like what you were talking about. Sorry if you hear an airplane. I live right by the airport.
You're fine.
But filmmakers that I've worked with in the past, they like working with me, so sometimes they'll call me back, or if I meet someone on set and they have a project, sometimes they'll call me out. So it's mainly independent stuff right now, but I'm happy, I'm blessed, just to continue doing certain things. And especially I just wrapped up this past weekend a series that took almost 5 years to make.
Well, that's
series
awesome.
about a series. The casting started in 2020, but then all the episodes were over the years. Then I was talking to my friend Sunny. Well, we became friends, but we were just talking about how some people, they do just come and go, or people have life situations where they have to move. So sometimes when projects take longer, you never know what's going to happen with some of the actors or some people involved. And
yeah,
that's my next time. Oh, sorry.
No. I was gonna say that's the fun part, and that's what I always try to tell people. It's like, don't take you get to do these things, right? But don't take them so seriously that you miss out the opportunities.
Yeah.
Like I always tell people, especially with South by, I always tell artists what happens as an artist, you get a badge, you get a wristband, and that allows you to go to all the classes for free. You don't get paid. You can switch out your wristband for like $150. So what happens? Most of the artists are there, and they perform on a Tuesday night at midnight. But they usually fly in on Monday, and they probably leave on Thursday or whenever their flight leaves them, and they're paying for all this stuff. So, but what they don't realize that what they'll do is they'll just go to the artist lounge and get their swag and then chill. But they don't realize the opportunities they're missing by not going to the classes and sitting beside those, because the A&R they're trying to impress is at the class. And they're not even looking for you. You know what I'm saying? But you stand beside them and they're like, hey, I'm going to go see you tonight. Oh, really? Blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? It's like most of my really good connections happen just from being in the room. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like when you're on set, taking advantage of those opportunities, just be an awesome person. Being an awesome person will get you jobs.
What's awesome about that? I have a little cousin right now. His name is Kamari Miller. And he's been on quite a few shows. I think he was on Power. He was on Sweet Magnolia. He was on just some other movie, and all that came because when I was in film school, I knew he wanted to be an actor, so like, I had let my little cousin get a starting role, and there was one guy in one of the film named William Jeffrey. He had one line in my film, but he's doing some pretty big stuff in Chicago. But he was nice enough to come help me out for one line, and that person that did one line helped make a major move for my little cousin.
That's awesome.
And he ended up getting on Chicago Fire, and they gave him a speaking role. And then from that, he got an agent and all that. So he, he's on TV and everything. I'm just like, I'm rooting for him,
And that's the trick. You just take advantage of your opportunities. It's like you with the funeral home stuff and all that jazz. It's like you just took your situation and made it work. And it's like me. That's what I try to do. Is like I do kids music now. But I never knew I was going to do kids music.
Yeah,
that was not in my vision. But it just worked out. Whereas like, now I do it. I go to like these conferences and talk to these people that are like, like I would just talk to my friend Ronnie Boy, who's like a gigantic Filipino, rapper singer, in LA. And he has like 1 million subscribers on his YouTube or something stupid like that. And it's like, I don't even understand how it works. Like, but you just befriend people and do the thing. And so
you got to just, sometimes you got to just go with it, because like you said, like you got to take life and every opportunity, just take it one step at a time. You either miss it or you take it, but sometimes you never know what may happen if you take it or not, because like even with training for professional wrestling, right? Like when I started training for that, I started meeting like a lot of people that I watched on TV and stuff like that. And all we had to do was just try it out.
Yeah. No, it's so cool. Now, do either of y'all have a dream project, something you would love to do or something you'd love to be a part of?
Yeah.
Just to make you laugh. If Star Wars calls me up, I'm available. So
yeah, absolutely.
They need a rep, I'm available.
I got a few Jedis in mind,
Yeah. If the Mandalorian needs a backup guy, I'm available. So
yeah.
But yeah, do you have any kind of dream projects?
Well, for me, I would like of course, like I would love to be like on Star Wars, but also I actually been thinking about doing this film, right? I'm just gonna give y'all a little glimpse of it. But
all right, do it.
It's kind of based upon the experience I had in professional wrestling. Like I'm not gonna out anybody, but it was like I had a bully in professional wrestling, and it was it was a girl, believe it or not.
No shocker.
It's crazy, but I thought about like doing a film based off that, but kind of like a comedy,
Yeah.
Because like I like like different type of stories that people like overlook,
Yeah. I said I always have this funny idea with because it actually happened in my life, but like a 40-year-old dude works as an usher at a movie theater. But then he has to fight. But then his girlfriend gets kidnapped by gang members because that's where they're selling the drugs. But the best part is he's just a regular sized guy and all the gang members are kids. So the fight scenes look awesome because he's like destroying little 12-year-olds and 13-year-olds. And it's all wrestling moves. And so it always made me laugh. It was like, he doesn't want to hurt anybody, but he's just trying to get to the drug lord who happens to be their manager. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So he's like,
but that's the power of imagination, right? It's like you can create what doesn't exist,
Yeah.
And I think that's really a powerful thing, People can do good things or bad things with it, but I think it's a powerful thing.
How about you, Angelica? Do you have any dream projects?
Probably. I definitely have been like wanting to do more theater, so paid theater where I could live. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah,
or like
oh no, keep going. I'll tell you in a second.
Or like definitely like a paid musical where I could actually pay my bills with doing that, or like a film where I could collaborate too, and it's it's something where I could do acting and that'll just be my living. Like I don't have to worry about hustling, working 7 days a week. Like that's my dream project right now.
I feel you. But like for me, my experience has been like what I like tell any actors that I come across, and I always tell people this: you always trust your God-given instincts, because sometimes no matter what people tell you, if you believe in your heart that something is gonna work out, you go for it.
Yep.
But what I would tell any actor or actress is like this, like me, I would find like trade or something that I enjoy, and then I would, maybe make it with like I can control my own work schedule, kind of like freelancing or whatever. And then I would do acting too, And for me that way it's like I don't really have to worry too much about paying bills, stuff like that, because everything is already covered, and I'm gonna still pursue my dream.
Sure, that's the hard part. It's like sometimes going for it all is a good swing, and other times being cautious with it is smart too.
Yeah,
so it's a hard one. It's like it just matters where you're at and what you're happy with. Said I have some good friends in Chicago. Have you heard of the Q Brothers before?
Sounds familiar.
They're all about the theater scene in Chicago, and they do like hip hop stuff. So like they have like a thing called they have like a yearly Christmas show that they do.
Oh, really?
And they're a big deal in Chicago. So and I work with them during Austin City Limits here in Austin. And so but they're insane, and they've been doing it for years, and they do this. One of their most popular ones is the Hamlet. It's Hamlet, but it's a rap opera.
Okay.
Oh no, it's Othello. It's the rap Othello. And they do Shakespeare rap musicals.
Oh, nice.
And so it's dope. But you should look into them. Just Q Brothers, just check it out because they have a bunch of Chicago stuff. I don't know if you're much of a rapper, Angelica, but in general they do other stuff.
Improviser.
Yeah. And that's they don't actually do a lot of kids music, but they do have kids albums, and they teach kids how to freestyle.
That's really cool.
And so they're really cool, and that's what I do too. But they do it better than me. So, because they live in Chicago. So, but yeah, no, it's a pretty cool thing. But again, that's the thought process. You just find a thing and try to get around that thing, and just try. All you can do is, as I said, I get to like just the last few weeks, I was like in these what are they called? Job fairs. But I was a producer. I was like literally had a little booth where kids would come up to me and I'd show them how to make beats and show them how I make a living doing this. And I just laugh. I'm like, how did I get to this point that I'm at this thing? And they're asking me, they're like, wait, you produced a Grammy nominated artist? And I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, he's sitting right there, because that's who I'm working with at the time. And the kids are like, oh, and then they're like, wait, so you haven't worked with Kendrick? No, I have not worked with Kendrick. I'm sorry. Me and Kanye haven't got together yet. So, but it's just funny how kids respond. But the cool part is that you still have the opportunity. And again, I'm in my 40s and I'm somehow still doing this, and I don't know how it works. And so all I know is you just keep on dreaming and it'll work out, or it won't. But at least you tried.
Yeah.
And, you just keep swinging. Yeah, you keep swinging. And again, I made more money in my 40s doing music than I ever did when I ran a record label. So,
but
whatever.
Life and success is all what you make it, because everybody's definition of it is different.
Yep.
And I realize, because even with whatever you want to do in life, right? Like, you'll learn that even the things that we want to do, right, there are aspects of it that maybe we don't like. So sometimes trial and error is good, because you learn where you're comfortable. You learn what you enjoy doing. It's just like when I got into filmmaking. I never really thought about producing until I went to film school. And I'm like, you know what? I actually like producing and writing better than directing. But some people like directing better, It's just to each his own.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. We're about the end here. So what is it? What do you want to talk to people? What do you want people to know about the project, about the web series, about what you're doing now? Please tell us.
So I just want people to know that, even though we hit a few roadblocks, we're still going forward, God willing, and, be on the lookout for more, and just realize, like, the real reason why I created Love Always Wins is because I want to, encourage people that love is a pure thing. It's a beautiful thing, even though it's a lot going on in the world, but love is still beautiful. So that's all.
Yeah. Do you have anything you want to tell people about, Angelica? Any projects that you want people to know about, or this one?
Yes, this one, and then there's a series about a series, and then I'm doing another one coming up in March.
Okay.
God and Stan, and then there are a few others. Let's see. The Red Huntress is a really fun one. I can even share some links later.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah, if you send them to Wade and send them, I can put them in the links for the podcast. So
yes, and
I
I'm
do not
starting
mind.
at the Second City grad review in a little bit
Ooh.
next Tuesday. So I'm gonna be having shows where it's gonna be like 2 months straight on Mondays at the Second City. So I'm really excited for that later this year.
Okay, well, maybe I'll come to one of them shows.
Yes.
I haven't been to Second City yet. I need to come check it out. But I got you. You got my support.
Oh, thank you. Yes. So, yeah, just to anyone watching, just keep pushing yourself. That's what I do. Even when I don't feel like it, I just push myself to audition, push myself to go out and network. It's kind of just being your own parent sometimes and just pushing yourself.
Yeah. No, you never know the situations. And I said, I tell you, it's like I've got to do a lot of cool stuff just because I kept doing it. I just kept on showing up, and then it's like somebody's trying to come in and check on me. I imagine it was my son. He's like, "Hey, what are you doing, Dad?" Like, I'm gonna finish soon. Sorry, dude.
Yeah.
All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let you pick a beat. Wait, do you want to pick a beat or do you want to make a beat? We'll pick a beat.
Okay.
All right. And so I'm gonna show you a few options. And y'all just pick the one you like. Would you like me to tell you a name, or would you like me just to press a button?
Button.
Right. Here's the first option. It's called Chase the Sea. It takes a second. Okay, so that's Chase the Sea. I'll give you some other options. You don't have to just go with the first one.
I kind of like that one already.
I was
kind of like them.
Candy Shop for a second.
What?
I was like, in my head, it was starting to play Candy Shop by 50 Cent.
Sure, that's an interesting option.
Okay, they both got a little old school too.
These are very old school. These are by my friend Joe November. He sent me a bunch of awesome tracks, and so I get to play with him in this situation. Here you go. Now this one definitely is old school. You know why in a second.
We might have to call Snoop Dogg to help us out today.
Yeah, it definitely has like that vibe.
Very old school vibe.
I kind of
that's
like
a Sade.
Yeah.
All right, here's one more option. You like that first one, huh?
Yeah, but I'm gonna let Angelica pick the beat today.
All right. It takes a second, sorry.
But yeah, the first one was dope. I liked it. The second one too. The other one was too, but I really liked it.
It sounds like K-pop.
Yeah.
That one.
Is that your winner?
Yeah, winner, chicken dinner.
All right, let's go.
Angelica's in charge today. So
all right, so is there anything that you want me the song to be about? It can be about whatever you want.
Can we play it one last time?
Let's go.
I hear candy.
You say candy?
I hear candy.
I think it's also be like about overcoming setbacks.
Sure, we can do that, but we can also have candy. That's awesome.
Yeah, candy.
Anything else you want to add to that? Anything else that can be about?
Ooh.
What about things that happened to us this week that kind of got us down or got us up? You know.
I came up with something in my head already. Eat some candy, and you'll be able to get over your biggest obstacle. Eat the candy.
Eat the candy. Okay, I like it. All right, let's see what
it's my mind just being like a blender.
All right, let me see what I can.
You go rap, Angelica?
I don't know about rapping.
Well, if you're a poet, you can put some words together.
Oh, do you have a chorus thought idea? No, it's fine.
Wait, eat the candy for a brighter tomorrow. Eat the candy. I don't know. I'm just like improvising in my head right now.
Yeah, you're fine. You're fine.
It's making music.
Yeah. So, all right.
We're
Let me.
in way too long, so I was like,
Oh yeah, I'll take care of it. We'll see how it goes. So, all right. Now I want you to make sure I sound fine. Here it goes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, someone broke. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Standing right here. Yo, I know I'm 7'11", but I'm tripping when the middle ain't nothing but a riddle, bro. Does level sound good for y'all?
Yeah, I got it. I love it.
Does the beat need to be louder or is it good?
I think you turn it up.
It's okay.
Bit.
How about now? Stepping the pop down, dreaming. Now I'm looking back at my brothers and they seeming.
The candy.
Oh yeah.
Wait, but let's start going.
Eat the candy. What are you saying there?
Eat the candy. So it's like candy is another thing. Like that's what I'm thinking.
Eat the candy for tomorrow or
for a brighter tomorrow.
Okay.
Eat the candy to get rid of your sorrow.
All right. Let's see what I can do here. Here you go.
And the candy is not like,
I got this.
A lollipop.
It's something.
Is it come to, like
oh yeah, sure.
Problems, you just eat the candy, but it's not, it's like.
It's not the actual candy. It's the belief in yourself situation. All right, here we go. Let's try. Oh, it messed up again. I'll stand there, confused, still didn't understand. And nobody got it, man. I was see the situation that I go. And I was like, no, I'm about to do a show when it's tripping in the middle, brother. I don't even see what they doing, and they be giving me all these bad consequences of my situation. I'm getting I want to feel the situation, but they get me. They never see it. My whole life is messed up, but I'm feeling now. Will I succeed? I don't know, but I go. So this weird dude with the mustache, and he was young. Eat the candy. It'll be better. I was like, what? That's weird. Whatever. Why are you in the middle? I still can't understand. I'm tripping because I get it when I'm feeling it, man. Eat the candy. For tomorrow, we better eat that candy. You don't feel me down wetter. Eat that candy. You gotta get it gone right. When you get that candy, you gotta stand on the mic. I'm still a little confused by the things that I do. Didn't know if I succeed in things that were true. Yo, I'm trying. I couldn't even do it. I wasn't going to be dying. I was sitting back losing. Illusions of my fruit situation got me tripping because I'm waiting for my destination. One dream, 2 times things. I don't even do what they do, but then the screen. I can't even go. Hey, here we go dreaming because I got to feel it. Yo, you don't see the question, but the question don't get them down. I gotta say forever, feeling like I'm feeling now. Yeah, overwhelmed, but that's okay, man. I keep on going with that power in the simple pain. Now it's tripping because it's only in the light time. Now I'm sitting here trying to get the light shine. High five with the side guy. Now I gotta be that shy guy. But the fly guy, I'm not a fog guy. Don't call me Mr. Gasoline only if I can't be I can need everything that I could ever do. But now I know this little thing is something that is kind of true. Check out the web series. It's only Joe, but I know what Wade is saying because he's about to get it with a chair, bro. And I don't even get it only if I go. Angelica, having a good time in Second City, yo. And we get it because it's all those times we're going to be working weed, that candy. Find the rhymes like I'm waiting for a dream. Oh, you gotta get it, I gotta be a dream. Everybody's like, how you doing? Let me see you. I'm gonna get it forever. Now I scream. Everybody just clapping their hands gone. Here we go again. Everybody write a song. And we gotta say that we will overcome these melodies. Now we get them go. It's the candy. I know that it's real. That's what we want to see. It's so true. I believe I know I still can't be. I eat that candy. Tasty. There you go.
Snaps to you.
That was
Snaps,
perfect.
snaps.
I thought you were gonna say eat the candy. You know, and then I thought you were gonna say something about SpongeBob and Sandy.
That would have been a dope rhyme. I didn't
Hold the
think that
title
far ahead.
like I'm Randy.
Oh, all right, Mr. Freestyle, open this mix.
Randy from South Park grew marijuana and sold some candy.
Nice.
Yeah, see that? We work,
Oh, next time I have to get y'all to rap with me.
next time we got you.
Yeah, when I do
I
songs with kids, it's like that. It's like, just tell me a sentence and we'll make the song work. So thank you so much, guys, for hanging out with me today. I hope you had fun.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that is very cool. I am hot because all my fans are off, and these lights are really bright and they hurt my eyeballs. So I'll be glad to be done with this. Oh, excuse me, as I die. But thank you so much. How can people find the web series, Mr. Wade Simmons?
You can find it on Vimeo, Wade Filmmaker 777 on Vimeo. Been there for quite a while now, so just check us out.
Yeah, well, I said that's where I went to go check everything out. So Vimeo is always nice. Don't get it confused with Venmo, but I imagine it's the same one. So if you want to send money to Wade, he's cool with that too.
I take that too.
if you want to pay for his next project, he's available. If you want to do a Doritos commercial, no. Would you do a Doritos commercial, Wade?
I probably would.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Like I've been thinking about this commercial, right? Like it's involving the dog, right? And
always a good start.
If somebody goes to work, right, and they get their paycheck, and the dog look at it and it's wrong, and the dog bark and he growls, right? And then the owner get it right, and then when they get to check the dog, like they're like, like it's happy.
Nice.
Yeah,
that sounds great. I like commercials; they're fun. I did this one. I did like an audition for like a puppet commercial where I did like a rap, and I did not get it, but I always laugh that somehow I got a audition for a puppet rap.
Did you ever like study puppeteering?
Yeah, no. So for a while there, I had like a service where puppets would give you freestyles. And I've actually designed puppets for people's YouTube channels. And I did release, did I show you that to you, Wade? That last year I released last February, I released a puppet musical where I taught kids how to rap. So I actually produced and did all the stuff. I had my friend who's a puppeteer do all the puppet stuff, and then I made all the stuff around it.
I was a puppeteer at church when I was younger. Like it was pretty cool. It was like it was like the show was called Shirley and the Get Down Family. Nice. We used to have fun doing that.
But yeah, so so yes, I have done, but I think I did that after I had that audition. I still don't know how I got that audition. I don't know what happened there, but I don't ask questions. I just let it happen.
Yes.
So I don't ask questions. Well, anyways, I hope you have a great night. And guys, we'll be back next week, hopefully. If you want to be on the show, go to flowsforyou.com. And it's flows, the number 4, letter U. Send me an email. Let me know what's up. And I can make that happen, Cap'n. And we are doing other stuff. If you're looking for a new website, go to nomadweb.design. They do good websites. They did ours, flowsforyou.com. And that's pretty much it. If you're going to South by Southwest, let me know. I might see you there. So I don't know why I'm telling you that, but if you're there, let me know. I keep on considering every year I want to do a series of shorts to explain to people what they can do as an artist there, but I never do it. I always tell myself I'm going to do it, but this year might be the year.
Let's do it.
I actually record the videos. So make it happen, Cap'n. All right. Well, thank you so much, Angelica. Thank you, Wade. Obviously, I've had Wade on the show many a time, but never had Angelica. So I hope you had fun, Angelica.
Yes, I did. Thank you for having me.
So I hope you have a good night's sleep. And I hope it's nice and chill in Chicago today.
Yeah, well, thanks for having us and thanks for showing up, Angelica. I appreciate you.
Of course. Thank you.
Well, let me close out. Yes, until next time. Let me close out with a outro and stay here for a second. And after the outro, guys, y'all stay on so I can say bye. But stay here.
Are you looking for a different kind of podcast? How about informative and clean? It will make you laugh. Scout and Trey, yeah, that's what we do. We got a little funny thing, keeping it true. Hey, we take your topics and all your ideas and bring in a guest and we answer them there. Then we make a freestyle rap and do it for you. Yeah, that's what we do. Yeah, that's what we do. Yep, flows to you, flows to you. This is what we do now. This is what we do. Say it flows to you, flows to you. This is what we do now. This is what we do. Say it flows to you, flows to you. This is what we do now. This is what we do. Say it flows to you.